So today we're going to transplant some of these little cabbage seedlings that have been growing from a local grower for us. They just come in these little packets and pots like this. I'm sure you've seen these before in some places. To start off with, the first thing you want to do is kind of get your space cleared out and smoothed out so there's plenty of clean area. That's also going to help to make sure that there's not any of these little seedlings around here that are trying to grow. It'll get them all roughed up so that it'll help you to prevent you from having to weed as much later on. Then you're going to take a look at the depth of the root system that's in here. You want to make sure that when you plant, you're planting at the soil is at the same level as the soil in the container. So what we'll start off with is just dig a nice little hole. Soil's nice and soft right there. And you can dig it a little bit bigger than the space that you need, so it has plenty of room, gets the soil nice and soft around it. The key here is going to be to make sure that you're not disturbing the root system. So don't pull up from the plant. You want to make sure you're pushing it up from the bottom. These little seed packets can't be used over again anyway, so it's all right if you destroy these. Now take a look at your root system that's in here. Sometimes they get a little kind of compacted down in this space where they've started to grow in this circle. And to prevent it from growing in the circle even more, we're going to kind of just really gently tease those apart, just really softly. You don't want to disturb it too much, just enough to allow the roots to start going in different directions again. And place it into your space, into your hole that you've dug. And this one you can see there's a little bit of space underneath here. Hold it kind of at the same level as the dirt and press around the base. Now make sure that you're not digging a hole that's too small and smashing it in. That's not very good for the plant. It doesn't really give it a good system, and often it'll heave up when you do that and it'll make it kind of raw and hard for those roots down there. Sometimes it's quite nice too to kind of make almost like a very little dish, so that the water, when it rains, will come down and pool at the base here, and it's going to help your plant get a little extra water. That's it for the planting. The next step is to make sure you water really thoroughly. Make sure you're watering enough that that the water is going through the soil and reaching the root system. Sometimes it helps if you water and then check by pulling back the soil a little bit to see where it's dry. You'll know if you've watered enough or not. This is the same process for any of these vegetables that you're going to be transplanting. Any tomatoes that you do, any basil that you do, be very careful with the root system. Don't pull up from the stem. Be gentle with it, and just make sure that it stays level. The soil always stays level at the same space.